Hey, what's going on, guys? These are my 20 tips for playing soldier. Tip number 1, take height. Shooting your opponent becomes much easier when on height. The hitbox availability for shooting the ground or shooting directly at your opponent becomes one and the same. You can hit harder and you can maximize your splash. Tip number 2, know when to use your last rocket for escaping. It's important to keep a rocket for escaping when you're starting to lose a fight. There should be red flags that start to go off for you when you realize that you're losing a fight or you're starting to be overrun. The numbers don't look in your favor and you can't shoot fast enough to take on the targets in front of you. That's when your last rocket becomes better used for escaping or repositioning. Staying alive adds a ton of value. Tip number 3, surf your opponent's damage. If you can effectively surf your opponent's damage, you can dodge future attacks and even better your positioning. Surfing damage will be the key for staying alive, and you can use it to take height. Tip number 4, learn how to ctap. A lot of people think ctapping is a difficult thing, but I've made 2 videos talking about how important ctapping is and how extremely easy it is. It's actually easier than regular rocket jumping. I have a method that uses a script where all I need to do to ctap is right click and left click. And why ctapping is important is because it gives you more options on where you can jump and it makes you faster and harder to hit. Number 5, shoot one place and land another. This positions you better during the downtime you need to reload. Also, this increases your threat level, forcing your opponent to deal with you. Always thinking about where you're landing is such an important advanced tactic. When you jump somewhere, you should really have a plan for where you're going to land. That doesn't always happen, and sometimes you need to surf damage, or it's going to place you in a weird spot. Another threat comes up. But when you're jumping, you shouldn't just be jumping straight at your target. You should kind of have a plan where you're going to land. And that shouldn't always be directly on your opponent. Number 6, assess threat levels and change targets accordingly. Have a plan for killing everyone you meet. And that plan might entail not finishing off a kill so you can kill or deter another more impending threat. Being able to manage how you take out your targets is so important for playing soldier. Players that are bombing in specific to kill you are at a much higher threat than targets that are just chipping at you from far away. Threat levels can change within the second. Being able to manage your threats will make you a much better soldier. Number 7, play health packs. Health packs can keep you in the game and allow you to win more fights. By taking a second to get a health pack and get full health, that maximizes your value and it keeps you in the game longer. Strategically playing health packs that are at choke points can help you lock down those chokes longer. They can be the difference between winning or losing a fight. Don't be afraid to retreat from a fight to grab a health pack. Number 8, learn to balance on height while shooting. Practice dodging and navigating slim height spots while shooting. By maintaining your height and your positioning, you remain a higher threat. This is a skill that you can develop with practice and mindfulness. I feel like a yoga instructor. Number 9, aim for your opponent's feet. Instead of going for the direct shot, shoot at your opponent's feet for more consistent damage. Not only will you hit more, but you can bounce around your target, popping them up for an easy follow-up kill. Number 10, lead your target. Recognize your opponent's patterns and lead your target. Also, you'll need to factor in the ping of the server you're playing on. With higher ping, you'll need to lead your target more. Number 11, lock down chokes. Use Soldier's explosive ability to punish the enemy for walking through a threshold. You can force an enemy to uber at a choke, adding a ton of value to your team's hold. When retreating from a point, always look to hold or spam at the chokes. A really good soldier will recognize when it's time to pressure at chokes, retreat back to chokes. Everything revolves around choke points. Number 12, go behind. Going behind the enemy utilizes Soldier's mobility and can add a ton of value. Disrupting your opponent's teleporters, killing respawners, using your explosives to lock down a small doorway, and drawing players away from the main fight adds a ton of value. By going behind, you can turn the tide of war by drawing players back that would normally be reinforcements to the main fight, and it lets your team tip the scale in their favor. Number 13, spawn camp. A spawn door creates one of the tightest choke points in the game. Utilize this for an extremely destructive high value play. I can't count the amount of times that I've gone behind, started spawn camping, and it totally shifted the entire game. When a soldier spawn camps, it can be extremely destructive to a team. If you see a soldier spawn camping, you cannot ignore that. You have to get involved in killing that player immediately. Number 14, soldier pairs extremely well with medic. As you've probably seen by now in my videos, I do the best when I have a medic helping me play. Playing with a medic can maximize your value and can give you the sustain to fully utilize your high output damage. The right soldier and the right medic can wipe an entire team and completely dominate. Number 15, warm up. Take 5 to 10 minutes to warm up. Warming up will organize your brain, make you more consistent, and you'll play much better. Jump in a server with a friend on MGE or jump on TR Walkway. Number 16, practice jumping. Practice your jumping because your mobility opens up all the opportunities in front of you. Being able to effectively jump adds a ton of value. It allows you to go behind or escape easier, and you're harder to hit. Mastering the art of jumping on soldier will truly unlock your skill. Number 17, pad your jumps. Shooting the ground right before you hit while you're on gunboats will reduce the damage you'll take while jumping around. Rocket damage is less than fall damage and could be the last resort for saving your life. Number 18, keep an eye out for your medic. Don't forget about your medic. Create a pocket for your medic to play within and take out threats that try to enter that pocket. Jumping in and out of your pocket can maximize your value while keeping a place of sustain for you to work from. And also keep an eye on when your medic has Uber. Your medic wants to use Uber with you, so make sure you're ready. Number 19, clear or help the flank. If you find an open flank and you've won your lane, jump over to the flank and help your teammates. This is one of the easiest ways to find kills when you flank your opponent. They're completely focused on the fight that they're having at that choke. And if a soldier appears behind them, that can mean their total demise. I've killed so many players that are focused on the fight in front of them, and when I show up behind them, they never take the time to even turn around to fight me. And number 20, clear sentries before jumping in. It's your job as an explosive class to kill sentries, and it's necessary to win a game. It takes 2 rockets to kill a level 1 or 2, and 3 rockets to kill a level 3 that's not being repaired. Nothing takes you out of the air faster than a sentry, and it will prevent you from bombing effectively. It is your responsibility as soldier to take out sentries. You are built for killing sentries. Just remember to stay outside their range. And there we go, that's 20 tips for playing soldier. I promise if you print out this list, if you print out this list and put it next to your monitor, I guarantee you'll be better. Okay, sweet, cool, GG.